Welcome, welcome to episode 1 of Talking Nonsense.
One.
Today, for our first guest, we're gonna have the one and only YoTeGG. What's going on, Yoti?
Oh, that's me. Yeah, not much, man. Just kind of hanging out, playing some games. Did a little hunting today. Just kind of chilling out.
Nice, how's the hunt?
It was rough. I hiked a lot and didn't shoot anything, so. But no, we saw a lot of deer, so it went well. But nothing. Couldn't close the deal.
I
What about you, man?
saw
What'd you do today?
that on some of your snaps that it was snowing out there. How was the roads?
Oof. We actually we got way up in the top. There's like this road, and you drive past Prescott. And you can take this road. It loops all the way back around to Prescott. And the higher up we got, I mean, it went from no snow to like 8 inches of snow. And we almost got stuck like 2 times. I was like, holy shit, we're like in the middle of nowhere. Like nobody's around. I was like, damn, this isn't good. But we got out, so we're good.
Nice. So just a quick little introduction of kind of what I want this podcast to be is each episode I'll have a different streamer or a content creator if you're on you do YouTube or anything like that. Is to kind of get to know that person, as streaming wise and content wise, what kind of content they do. So Yodi, can you tell us just a little bit about you?
I haven't streamed in a while. I had some technical difficulties, so but we worked through that. We streamed was it Thursday, I think it was, and stream went good. So I fixed some settings, kind of lowered some stuff, and we only dropped like 38 frames in 2 hours, which is good because I think the only reason I was dropping frames is when I tabbed out of Siege. But I stream variety. I stream a lot of different games, but mainly right now I've been streaming Siege only.
Oh, nice.
I've been kind of stuck on it. I haven't been playing much of anything else. I don't know why. I hate it. It's toxic, but for some reason I keep coming back. But yeah, I mean, you'll catch me streaming all kinds of different games, story modes, first-person shooters, pretty much anything.
So one of the main questions that I did want to ask you was pretty much what got you into streaming?
What got me into streaming? Oof. My man Straight Nonsense over here got me into streaming. Kind of picked up. It was funny. I picked up a PS4, then met you and everybody, and nobody had a PS4. And it was my Valentine's Day present. So I put my head down, told my wife I needed to get an Xbox, so I had to give away my Valentine's present. So, we started playing on Xbox. I want to say the first thing I even streamed was it it was Call of Duty or Halo. I can't remember because it was like that same time we kind of tried to go semi-pro in Halo, but we realized we're terrible at it.
Yeah, I want to say it was probably Halo because we did practice because we were gonna go do that tournament out in Vegas. I think it was the same weekend as Infinite Warfare, and we weren't gonna do that. We were gonna go out there and do it. Mm-hmm. But our first, I wouldn't say scrim. I would say more. It was like a little tournament from like a third party website or whatever, and we just got rocked.
Oh, annihilated. I mean, me and you knew we weren't good anyway. I think it was the 2 guys we were playing with were actually good at the game, and they're like, "Hey, we need 2 more. Let's just have some fun and do it." And I think one guy was like late because we tried practicing before, and then we got into the game and it was just bad. We just got tore up.
Yeah, because I think you came over. Because you came over early. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. We set up in my room so we can be kind of sit next to each other. And I think me, you, and the other team that were practicing a lot.
Oh yeah, I actually came over and I played on Ariel's Xbox. I think that way we kind of had better communication. That's right. But yeah, we're not good at Halo.
No, we gave that up after the first like month, and I was just like, yeah, we're like, Halo's definitely not our game. It was more, I think at the time it was more Call of Duty, because like even then I was just playing nothing but Call of Duty, like Black Ops 3 and a little bit of Infinite Warfare, but I was doing a little bit more like montages at the time instead of streaming.
Yeah, your montages were good, man. I liked them.
So I think we kind of you kind of already covered of the next question I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you like, what was the first game that you you stream. But anyways, what's the most important? Not most important, but what's the what's this? What do you enjoy most about streaming?
I think the thing I enjoy most about streaming is just meeting different people like from all over the place. Like Muffin, I mean, he lives in Jersey. I met like I don't know why, but I feel like everybody that in Canada plays video games because I've met like a million Canadian people. But I met so
I
many
agree
people
on that
there,
one.
and I just met people from all over the place, and it's really cool. Like to be playing a game, and all of a sudden you realize you're like, man, it's crazy. Like we just become best friends over this game, and like we're nowhere near each other, which is crazy. But I mean, there's events where you can bring each other together, which hopefully one day we can figure that out. Especially see my boo, Muffin King.
TwitchCon. TwitchCon
TwitchCon.
would be where it's at.
Yeah, you actually went to TwitchCon this year. How was that, man?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. We actually what was it? What's it called? What would you call it? Like an Airbnb or something like that?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what it is.
We got one of those with like 9 or 10 different streamers. So it was really cool to have all these different personalities and content creators in one house and just kind of picking everyone's brain apart from like what they do and what you can do to improve your stream and and stuff like that, which was really fun. But it also allowed us to kind of become more like better friends instead of just like online friends of where we just play games and watch each other's streams. It actually got us a lot closer.
Yeah, I mean, I was supposed to go, but some things fell through and I wasn't able to go. But it looked like you guys had a blast, especially all those games on the Wii you guys were playing. You guys were tearing that Wii up.
Oh yeah, I think it was his name was Butter. He streams over here on Twitch as well. Me and him, we just played Wii all night. We played Guitar Hero. There was like the Wii Sports, which was really fun. But the overall aspect of going was a lot of fun. Really awesome.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. Hopefully next year, me, Nesquick, and some other guys that weren't able to go can get up there this time.
Absolutely. I'm actually hoping that it's gonna be on the West Coast, because I think if it's on the East Coast, that's gonna be really hard to go to.
I mean, even when it was in California, I mean, that was still a long drive. The rooms are expensive there. I mean, if it's all the way in the East Coast, that's rough for us.
Oh, absolutely. You got to think like hotels. Well, I wouldn't say more hotels, but like, was it the airfare? It's going to be a lot more than just driving and going up on the West Coast. On the West Coast, it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, and it's in that October month. It's starting to get into like that holiday flying, so the prices are a little higher.
Absolutely. Oh, Big D says Airbnb, forget the hotel. Yeah, that's what we did this year at TwitchCon. That's what we did.
That's what a lot of people do these days.
There's actually, speaking of TwitchCon, there's actually a waitress at the Denny's out here where I live. And I just found out, I think it was last weekend, that she streams and she's gone to the past 3 TwitchCons.
Oh, wow.
Nesquick
awesome.
says, or we call sleep in tent, right?
Oof.
Absolutely.
I call sleeping sharing a cot with Nesquick.
So I was actually going to kind of wait till like a little bit around the end to see if we wanted to take any questions or anything from chat. After all, this is live on Twitch. And if you are watching this on YouTube, you can catch this podcast. I want to say, what do you think? We should do this maybe like every Saturday. You think might be the easiest to do it?
Yeah, I mean, that would work. I mean, usually none of us work on the weekends, so that should work for everybody.
Yeah, so we could
Most
do
people have weekends off.
like Saturday at, I would say make it easier, like 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which would be 8 p.m. Arizona time, which is where we're from. So I want to say every Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I kind of wanted to do it like every 2 weeks. That way it gives me time to get the next guest and kind of figure out a little bit about them and what kind of questions to. Nadine from Denny's goes to TwitchCon a lot. That's who it is. There you go. There you go, Nesquick. Nesquick, I was talking to you about this the other day, and I couldn't remember her name. Which Skull Demon, I'm going to have to get her Twitch so I can give her a follow as well. I was just going to say something too, and I completely forgot it. Anyways, but I did notice for, I want to say, past 6-7 months, you've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six.
Oh yeah.
How did you end up stumbling upon that game?
Oh, let's see. Actually, that's so long ago. It feels like so much toxicity. Let's see. Siege. I want to say Muffin and my brother were actually playing it first, and my brother bought me the starter edition, I believe, to play with them. And that's, I think, if I'm correct, that's how I got started on it. And they kind of drifted off, played other games, and I don't know. It's just I've stuck with it. I mean, it's like a love-hate relationship. Like you really love playing the game, but I mean, the community on that game is awful. It's bad. Um, there's so many Smurfs and all kinds of other stuff, but I mean, I keep going back, so I guess I enjoyed a little too much to stop playing. But yeah, man, I mean, I've been loving it. I've played when Call of Duty first came out. I actually stopped playing Siege for I want to say month or two and just grinded Call of Duty, but I don't know. I played Siege again after that 2 months of not playing it, and I was just hooked again. And I've literally haven't played any other game since I stopped playing Call of Duty but Siege. And you'd think I would get better at it, but no, not even a little. That Yotato aim.
The Yotato aim. Facts.
Uh,
If you guys don't know where the Yotato aim came from,
you're missing out.
yeah, exactly. I stumbled upon what, Fortnite? When you downed an
Yeah.
enemy and you literally could not shoot him, you're like 2 feet away from him and you couldn't hit one bullet.
You know, I think I got lucky when I lasered him, and then I just my real form came out, and I couldn't hit him even though he wasn't moving. Yeah, it was rough, and I haven't lived that one down. Actually, it's funny because, like I said, Thursday I believe it was my first stream in a long time, and my going live tweet or whatever that comes out on your phone if you have notifications on was Yo Tato's live or something like that. And Kaylee called me like as soon as my stream started. She's all, I think you should change your name to Yo Tato. It fits you better. Okay, bye. Have a great stream. It's like, thanks, babe. Thanks. Way to start it off here.
Right, I absolutely agree. I think you should change it to Yotato. Because not only did you Yotato in Fortnite, you also Yotato in R6 on occasional.
Yeah, R6 is kind of nice though, because like you can get these lucky spray headshots, and I get a lot of those.
Right. So I did kind of mention it though. We were gonna do questions at the end, but if you guys have any questions for Yodi, you're more than welcome to type them here in chat, and we can kind of talk about it. Overall, like, so Yodi, I would guess, I don't know how like everyone else thinks, but like for me, like I always wonder like how did that person come up with their name, like their username. So like for example, Muffin, like Muffin, how did Muffin get his name? I already kind of know the backstory a little bit about that, but what about for you?
So for me, always growing up on Call of Duty and all the other games I used to play before I even started streaming back when I was a little youngster. My name was Coyote Killer, 23 or something like that. I don't remember some number. And yeah, it's always been that. I think it was still that before I changed it when I started streaming because I felt like people would get a little triggered if my name was Coyote Killer. So I just changed it to Yoti for short for Coyote, and I put the GG at the end because Yoti was taken. And now I get called YoTeGG everywhere I go.
YoTeGG, classic.
Yeah, but hey, it is what it is. People are gonna get names messed up. You can't take it. Can't take it to heart. And I've kind of grew on you. YoTeGG's kind of grew on me. I might brand that.
Might as well embrace it whenever you can.
Might get a shirt made, and underneath in parentheses it's YoTeGG.
Makes
It could work.
sense. I would definitely support it. I don't know about anybody in chat. What about you guys? Would you guys support the YoTeGG t-shirt?
YoTeGG for the win.
Oh, I want to say they probably get it mixed up because, like, in your name, like, the T is capital, so maybe they're thinking like maybe it's like starting starting a new part of the new name, and kind of like.
I also get.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. So I also get like a lot of people. Apparently, Yote is the past tense of yeet. So people are like, "Oh, haha, good one." I'm like, "No, I don't know any of what you just said."
Get completely lost on it.
Yeah, I'm like, no, not even close there.
But it's just like how like my name, like nonsense. Before I would have the S capitalized. And I kind of took that out, and I kind of try to stay away from it. That's why I went back to straight nonsense. Is everyone would always call me no nonsense, no matter
Yeah.
what. And then you would think it's like, where do you see the no, like the extra no in front of nonsense? I don't know. It don't bug me anymore like it used to, but it's just like they just kind of embrace it. That's what like we were gonna name the podcast before, was gonna be the No Nonsense Podcast. And
Mhm.
then I was just thinking about it the other day. I'm just like talking nonsense because we're just gonna be talking about random shit pretty much.
Yeah.
So
When you said that, I was like, oh, that's perfect. Describes us all, honestly, to a T.
absolutely, absolutely. So you just got your stream started back up, what, a couple days ago? Do you plan on trying to make a set schedule?
Um, I'm gonna try. Another reason I kind of stopped streaming for a while there is I've been working a lot, pretty much from dark to dark. Started a new job, kind of moved out of town, which also in turn have more time to stream because before I was with Kaylee and Felicity in the same house, and now I have nothing to do because I have no friends up here. I'm a lonely guy. But no, so I'm trying to work on a schedule. I've had a schedule before, and I don't know. For me, it's kind of weird because I like having a set schedule because people know when you're gonna be live and stuff, like your regulars.
Right.
But at the same time, like if I come home early, like I don't want to wait. Like I just want to be like, okay, I'm ready now, you know. And it kind of like to me, it feels wrong. Like if you have a set schedule and people are waiting for you, like that, especially if you're playing like a story game. If you're like they're waiting for you to get on and you get on early, and say they don't have notifications turned on, then it kind of like a kind of triggers them a little. I'm sure. But like to me, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go with the flow for now.
Just
Um,
just play it by ear, pretty much.
yeah, and see how it goes. Make sure the stream holds up. Like I said, it worked. OBS ran smoothly. Everybody that was in the stream said looked crystal clear. Everything looked good. So probably do a couple more streams, see if everything runs good. And hopefully, if it does, or if it doesn't, Fishing Tackle actually gave me a 1 year key to XSplit, so I could always try that as well.
Yeah,
But
but the thing with XSplit is, and you can probably find it on forums. It uses so much more CPU than OBS.
really,
So
because I've heard it uses less.
really, I found places where they say like XSplit uses so much more CPU than actual OBS does. But
Oh, really? Because I
I
think.
could be wrong though. I mean, I've always used OBS. I've never really tried XSplit,
Mhm.
and I never really tested it myself. I'm just going off of like what I read out in like forums and stuff like that. Because like even before I had the computer that I have now, uh, I had a really bad computer. So like every time I try to stream like PUBG or H1Z1 at the time, I would lag so bad, and I would think that maybe it's just CPU capping out, and I would try XSplit, and I just never really got past the part of setting all my scenes up and all that.
Mhm.
I do like that about Nesquik. Nesquik should start his own podcast called Quick Podcast.
Oh.
One question and the show's over.
Oh man. But yeah, so XSplit's always an option. And I think the only people I know that use it are Viking and John. So not a whole lot of people I know that actually use it. I know most people use OBS and what is it,
John,
Streamlabs
what
OBS?
John?
Dark Hole.
Oh, he uses XSplit.
Yeah, and he's the one that actually told me it uses less than OBS.
Oh, really? I didn't know he used
Yeah.
XSplit. I thought he used OBS. I knew
Yeah, see, I
Viking
thought he
does.
did too. I literally only thought Viking was the only one that used it. I didn't know John did either.
Yeah, I know Viking used it, and his plan was to pretty much, I think he wanted to be partnered. He wanted to be partnered with
Got you.
XSplit.
Got you.
But he actually buys like the premium. What is it? The premium part or whatever, where you get all the features. I'm not sure exactly what it's called.
Oh, they have like different tiers, kind of like standard, and then like
Yeah,
kinda
you get like the
upgraded
free
one.
basic version where you can only do so much with it, and then you have to pay. I think it's like a monthly fee. I'm not sure exactly what it would be here.
Yeah, I think Viking was the one that said it was a monthly fee.
Yeah, that, or like you could pay like for like a 1 year. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick without having to stray too far away. Anyways, I don't know. I'm not like that interested into it.
Yeah,
I
like I
I
said, I'm only gonna try it if OBS doesn't keep up with what I need it to. And I think a lot of it too was Siege is a pretty CPU heavy game. Excuse me. And I had a lot of settings pretty high up there. So I turned everything down to medium, and I think that's what really helped because everything ran smoothly the other day.
awesome, awesome. So does anyone have any questions that they want to ask Yodi? Like stream either for like streaming wise or just about him in particular?
Bring them, baby.
Muffin, thank you so much for gifting Nesquick a sub. Appreciate you. Yodi, thank you so much for gifting Skull Demon a sub as well.
Of course, of course.
Is there any new like new games that are getting ready to come out or that you know that you might be interested in?
Um,
I know like for me personally, I'm kind of a little bit excited about what's Anthem.
that's actually what I was gonna say as well. That looks really good. I've heard some negative things about it, but I'm actually pretty pumped on it because to me, no matter what, you like for instance, I love Siege, and you tried playing multiple times, and you've uninstalled it. I think every time.
Every time, every time. Like,
So just because somebody's like, "Oh, I don't like this game," I mean, you can't. You got to play it yourself, in my opinion.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm looking for because it's supposed to be like a really big open world, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm not gonna really like say like it's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad because I haven't really personally looked too much into it. I've just seen like what it's about, like with the whole open world, which I think is gonna be really cool. But yeah, like with Siege, I just can't get into that game, and no matter how many times I've tried, like now I just kind of keep it on my desktop and keep it installed just because I can't get a refund on it because
Mm-hmm.
I've already put not so much, but like a certain amount of hours to where you can't get it refunded through Steam. So now I just keep it, and anytime like say like with Twitch, you have the Twitch Prime, and you get like bonuses, skins and like that. I'll go in there and I'll just open them and just get them just to have them.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome too. They definitely give you a couple things here and there, which I mean, just collecting those is perk. Like you got a whole free operator. That's I sadly paid for mine.
So
Most
Nes
of them.
so Nesquick has a question. For someone looking to begin a stream, what would you say would be the top 3 things they should invest in?
I would say a good microphone. One.
I mean, you
Um,
you could probably find like decent like USB
yeah.
microphones for like $50. You can get like the Blue Snowball, which would be absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I personally use that myself for
Yeah,
a
that's been
while.
my first microphone as well as the Blue Snowball,
Hmm.
and it did great. The Yeti is a good one too. That's not too bad, and if you actually learn how to use it and have nonsense come over and hook it up right for you, you can figure out how to use it. And it sounds really great.
Yeah, I
Not
see. I
turn it
see.
backwards.
Yeah, I see that when I went out there was the last month. You were
Uh,
kind of talking into the side of it, and I
yeah,
kind of moved it, and I'm kind of happy that you kept it the way I put it.
yeah. I wasn't touching it. Usually the stuff you fix for me, I leave it there. I'm like I'm not gonna touch this. But yeah, microphone, or say if you're on console, like a good headset that has a decent microphone. Um, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say the top 3 things because if you're talking about console, you don't really need anything. I mean, you should have everything. You can stream right from your Xbox. Um, and I say I think that's a good way to start. That's how I started. I
Yeah.
streamed right from my Xbox,
Well, yeah. Well, if
and
you
it
stream
gives
right
you a
from
feel.
if you stream right from the Xbox itself, then you're pretty much just using your gaming headset for the Xbox.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so technically you wouldn't even need a USB. But like
Hmm.
if you have the stuff, then go for it. Go, get
Yeah.
the a USB microphone.
Hmm. Definitely. Like I was saying for console, I mean, you pretty much just have everything there soon. And like I said, that's a good feeler, like to see if you're actually something you want to do. I mean, to me, it doesn't seem smart to just go out and buy a computer because you saw somebody on streaming and like they're doing really good and making money. To me, that's not what it's about. To me, it's just about meeting people. Like, I've met so many amazing people. Nesquik, who lives in our own town, we didn't even know.
Right.
Muffin, Big D, so many
There's
people.
so many people that we've
It's
met
crazy.
through streaming. But
Yeah, I
but
mean,
say
that's what it's
for
about. Yeah.
let's say for example, they have a decent PC that they can use a software like OBS to stream off. So what would you say? USB microphone and what else would you think?
If you're going to use a webcam, you want to get a decent one. You don't want it pixelated, or you don't want it. What's the word I'm looking for? You want it like lagging. You want a decent, and you can get them pretty decent. I think the Logitech
C9
yeah, the one,
C920,
what is it,
I want to say.
920, yeah,
That's it.
920p. I think
That's the
30 bucks. I
webcam
think
that
or
I'm
something like that.
using.
Yeah, same. I think it's like 30 bucks. So, I mean, you really, like I said, was the Yeti like 100 bucks? Micro camera 39. Um, and also another thing that you should invest in if you're going to stream like console games, an Elgato. Elgato
Yes,
would be good.
definitely get a capture card if you're gonna do
Hmm.
uh console games more than anything.
Oh yeah.
Because like if you're on the Xbox, you can download the Xbox app on the computer itself, and then kind of stream it from your Xbox to the app onto your computer, and then use like a not a display capture, but I want to say like a window capture or something like that to pop it into OBS. But it's just so much more extra work. You can get a decent capture card off of Amazon for like maybe 100 and like what 120 bucks, 150 bucks, depending on which one you're getting.
Yeah, I want to say, I think the Pro's that much, but I want to say the regular one is only 90, 89, 90. I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's more. What do you
I'm
think
not
about
sure.
that new Streamlight they came out with?
The Streamlight. Me and Nesquik were actually just talking about this the other day. I personally don't think it's worth it. Cause I think they're charging what 200 bucks for the Streamlight. I don't think it's worth it.
See, and the thing to me is, I don't want the light shining in my face. And some people have said, "Oh, it's an indirect light; you can raise it up and down," which is cool. But to me, still, I mean, even if it's above you, it's still shining down on you, and it's gonna heat up your room. It's gonna heat you up, and it's just gonna take that much more power and everything to your computer. Well, no,
It was just like so when me and Nesquik were actually
it does
talking
look like
about
to
it.
your
We
computer.
you can get just like what Big D. Just get an LED light. So
Right, that's basically what it is.
what I have is I have a small halo light that clips onto your desk, and it has like the webcam holder on it too, but the webcam holder is a little bit short, so it won't reach the height that I want it. And it actually has it to where you can change the brightness, and if you're watching on stream or watching on YouTube, you can see that I'm changing the brightness on it. It was 20 bucks on Amazon. You can't beat it.
Hmm. Yeah, there's definitely cheaper ways to go around it. You definitely, I mean, to me, if you have like all the Elgato things, like they're really cool and they're really awesome. But is it a Is it what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Necessity. There we go.
Yeah, a necessity.
Do you really need to put the money into that when you can go cheaper in that way? And to be honest, nobody's gonna know what you're using unless you tell them.
Right.
Or
So
you can put like save the money and get like a new CPU or get something like an upgrade like later down the road.
yeah. So to kind of recap the question was what are where is it? It's right here. When you began to stream, what were the top 3 things that you should invest in? 1, a decent USB microphone, which you can get the Blue Snowball for like 40 to 50 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
2, what was it that you said? A capture card, an Elgato capture card. Now, what would the third? What would you say the third would be? I think personally is if you're only using one, oh yeah, webcam. Nesquik said
Oh,
webcam. That's
there
right.
we go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would say those three. Yeah, those three would be a good starter. Microphone,
Mhm.
capture card if you're gonna stream console games, and a webcam. Now, if you're not gonna stream console games, you can always take that capture card and invest into a second monitor if you don't have a second monitor. That way you can
Ooh,
have the
that is a good one. Yeah.
yeah, that way you can have the game on one, and then you can have all your other stuff on the other one. Just like me
I didn't.
personally, I use two monitors myself. One
Hmm.
for the game, and then the other one where I have like my chat, OBS, and everything else.
That's honestly a lifesaver, because you can literally. I mean, if you position them right, like me, I can be sitting here playing my game like this, and I can just kind of like glance over with my eyes and see chat, see what I need to catch up on. So second monitor is definitely a good investment.
So it
And
looks like.
honestly, you're
Go ahead.
like you said, I mean, you're basically just using that second monitor for OBS, Twitch, whatever, dashboard. So it doesn't even have to be like a really good monitor. You could have your regular monitor that's a nicer monitor, and then you could just get a cheap monitor just for chat and everything.
Yeah, you can get cheap one for like $100 at Walmart.
Yeah.
Maybe even less if you're, not looking for anything in particular for a decent size. You can get like one that's really really small for less. But
And I think they have like an element at Walmart, and it's like $60, 40,
yeah,
$60.
it
I
wasn't
actually,
wasn't that bad.
no, it was actually a funny story. I went to buy my brother that monitor, and I went to the aisle and I put it on the conveyor belt, and it fell off the conveyor belt when the lady hit the button. Like she went to grab it and knocked it off, and that was the last one they had. And I had to buy the Samsung $100 something one.
Oh damn, rip.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that monitor was nice.
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
he
it was a
loves
little
it.
bit. It was way more than you intended to pay for, but I mean, still
Yeah,
nice,
I kind of wish I bought it for myself.
right? I kind of want to invest into like at least one more monitor, which I mean, I have an extra monitor, but I don't like it. I want to just keep it over there. Way I don't.
How do you feel about the ones like they put in the middle? I've seen some people put them in the middle, or even off to the other side. But the ones that like flip upside down, they flip the other way, and they're like straight up and down vertically.
Oh, yeah. Those are actually kind of. I've seen people do that, and then they put their
Mhm.
whole chat on that. So
Yeah,
like,
that's what I've
it's
seen as
just
well.
nothing but their chat, which
Hmm.
that's actually kind of a good idea. I can actually do that with the backup monitor. I just have to get a monitor that I mount for my desk.
Hmm.
That's quick says
Yeah, because
that's
you
what
have
he
the little
does
one.
too.
Nice, nicey.
3 monitors for the win. That was a good question there, Ness. Is anyone else might have any questions for Yodi, whether it be about streaming or just about himself? While we're kind of waiting to see if like anyone wants to ask a question or something like that, without having to like any like equipment or anything like that. Do you have any tips for like any smaller streamers that are just now starting or looking to get into starting?
um, it's funny because on Siege, a lot of people kind of like the same thing with Fortnite. They put TTV in their name. So if they're doing that after the match is over, like if they kill me or something, I'll like look up their name. And I've just noticed a lot of people on Siege and like a lot of people in other games. I feel like they try too hard and they're not being themselves. I feel like the greatest thing you can do when you're streaming is just being yourself. Because who wants to go out every day? Say you're not being yourself. You're like putting on a persona or whatever, and everybody loves it. You get a bunch of followers. Well, then you have to put that persona on every single time you stream. So that's kind of how I feel like the greatest tip is just kind of be yourself, play the games you want to play, and just do you. Don't try to force yourself to play a certain game or to be a certain way.
So Muffin kind of has a question for you. Is he wants to know how did you become so cute?
Ugh. See, when two people love each other very much, they do a thing, a brown chicken brown cow thing, and a baby's made. A little swan, or no, what are they called? Uh, what are they called? The seagulls? No, not seagull. What's the big old bird from the Disney movies that bring the babies down?
Oh.
Oh, I can't think of it.
um
Anyways, the birds, they fly down, man. You're just hanging in a little sack to bring you to your parents. That's how babies are made. In
a,
case all you
s-
little
a,
kids were
s-
wondering.
a stork.
A stork. Yes. A stork. God, why can't I think of that? And that's how I became so cute. You know, two people fell in love, and I just got good genes and a beautiful beard.
So I want to say, I was thinking about this the other day and kind of like what I want to do. I seen the idea from another person. I'll give them all credit for it, and I'll have to go back and try to find the video so I can give them full credit for it. But their idea was every time they have a guest on, they get a question from that guest that they want to ask the next person, or just put in in general. So if you have one question that we can ask the next guest, what would it be?
Oh man, I would say, what's next for you? Like, what the next person, like at the end of the stream, if you'd ask them, like, hey, you know, what's next? What's your next goal? I think that'd be a solid question.
Nice. So what is your next goal?
Oh,
What's next for you?
this is for the supposed to be the next person, man. It's gonna backfire me at this.
Kind of.
Okay.
Gotta ask you your own question.
Honestly, for me, for people that don't know, I'm about to have another kid. So,
Congratulations, by the way.
hey, thank you.
Can we get
So
a
basically, I'm
baby
just gonna
Yodi
try,
hype in the chat?
baby Yodi. But for me, I'm just gonna kind of take it stream by stream, see where it goes. I don't want to. To me, like I said, I'm just doing it to have fun, meet new people, find people to game with every day, and I don't know. I'm not gonna put any numbers or anything. I'm just gonna see how the channel grows, see if it's something I want to continue doing after the baby comes, because two is gonna be a handful, especially if the next one's like Felicity. She
Yeah.
jumps off everything and is crazy.
So we have another question in chat from Big D. What games are better for streamers who are just starting out? Story type games like say like Assassin's Creed, for example, or an FPS game?
Honestly, in the kind of the same thing when I said is a tip for streamers. Kind of going back to that, I think for somebody just starting out, play a game you're comfortable with, a game you've played before, or maybe like the same time you start streaming, a new game comes out. But I feel like you have to have. I feel like the thing that makes story games so good when you're watching a stream is the streamer interacting with the game and like kind of knowing things about the game maybe you didn't know, and like the reactions they have when something happens. So either something like that, if you're into that thing, you talk a lot, you're very energetic, um, which I'm not. I think I played The Witcher 3 and I was terrible at it.
So
But
that's tough for me. Like if a new like say like a story type game comes out, like say like for example like what Big D said, Assassin's Creed. So like when Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out, I didn't
mhm.
watch any streamers. I didn't watch any big streamers. I didn't watch any small streamers. Just because when I play it, I don't want any spoilers. Like oh, I'm gonna get to a part and be like oh, I've seen this on stream. I know exactly what's gonna happen. I want to be surprised by it. I was saying like with
Exactly.
I played The Last of Us, and
Hmm.
when I didn't watch anything, no streamers on it when I was getting ready to start it. I didn't watch nothing, and like everything that happened was it was just mind blowing, like insane.
Yeah, I think actually it was funny because you say that. I think it was when you were playing God of War and it was like a cutscene, a fight cutscene that you had like nothing to do with, and you were just like, "Oh my god, what the fuck just
Yeah,
happened? Oh my god!" And like that's the kind of thing like that I feel like viewers want to see is stuff like that, like your base reaction.
so I would say like if you're gonna play one of those new story type games, I would wait like
Hmm.
maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the game release, because that's when all the big time streamers are gonna be done playing that game and they're gonna be moving back onto their main game that they play. So
Exactly.
all those viewers that will be watching them, yes, they're gone, but that means you're gonna be ranked up a little bit higher into the directory.
And another thing too is like if you wait till after all the big streamers run their course in the games, a lot of people, I've noticed it in Jordan's when he plays Assassin's Creed. Um, People just like watching new people play that game. I've had it with playing WoW when I streamed WoW a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
people just want to go in there and they want to watch you play through it for the first time and see,
Mm-hmm.
like, because it's like it's their main game and they want to see if you like it, how you feel about it. They want to talk to you about it. I
And
think that's another big thing too.
and what's nice too is like if when you're playing those games, you say you get stuck at a certain part that you can't figure out, and there's someone in your chat that's watching that's already been to that part, that's already either beat the game or already just kind of a little bit ahead of you. They can kind of help you out with finding what you're looking for, or helping you get past a certain, like a boss. Like if there's like a certain, like if you're fighting a boss and there's a certain fight mechanic that you're not doing, you kind of don't realize it, you can always sit there and ask your chat, like, chat, what am I doing wrong, if anyone's done it, and then they can kind of walk you through it and help you out, which is nice because it gives you a little bit more being interactive with your chat, and it helps keep the chat going too as well.
Oh yeah, I see a lot of even big streamers do that as well. Like Tim the Tatman, I believe, he would have like his viewers carry him through raids on WoW. I'm pretty sure, and I've seen a lot of big time streamers be like, "Yo, chat, what am I supposed to do here?"
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I've done that myself, but
Yeah, and that's a good way to get chat interacted with you as well. Get them kind of feeling like a part of the team, especially if they're newer to the stream and they're not sure they want to hang out. And you're like, "Hey, man, what do I do here?" I think it's a good way to help them like stay and feel part of the community.
absolutely. I think that kind of covered a little bit of everything. We kind of learned a little bit about you, kind of learned about your streaming, your how you got started. We took some questions. If anyone has any more questions, you're more than welcome to type them in chat. We got a question which I should write it down here. I'll write it down here after we're done here, so we can ask the next person. Oof.
What's that song? I'll be watching you.
But I think, but overall, like, so this is episode 1 of the podcast. I think it kind of went okay. I mean, I probably shouldn't be like talking about that and all that, but I've never done a podcast before,
Yeah.
so this was all kind of like new to me and all that. What do you guys think? How do you guys think? Should we continue doing this? Like, do a couple more episodes and see how it goes, and kind of roll with it? All right.
Chat seems to like it.
I think so too.
And another thing we kind of talked about doing too, like after we do kind of run our course and do a couple, see how it keeps going, and if the streamer thing's working really good, maybe keep going on that and adding another night or doing another segment even, we said, of like just talking about like games coming up and talking about certain things.
Yeah, so I was actually, because at first, like, when I came up with the idea of doing the podcast, it was just gonna be kind of just me interviewing like other streamers and all that. But I'm kind of thinking maybe kind of go the route with having like a host. So I don't know, Yodi, would you want to be like a full-time host on this, and like me and you can kind of run it, and we can interview other people and just have other guests on?
Yeah, man, I'm down. I mean, like I said, I think we can add up to 4 people. We just gotta kind of mess with Discord video call a little bit and see what we can do. But I think, yeah, I'm totally down, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, because the only thing like I found was people were using like Skype and all that, and then I found another person that was doing like a podcast over here on Twitch, which was they were using Discord video chat, which is what we're using right now, and I think it kind of worked out really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Nutsquick says maybe even have some clips to share and get thoughts on those, or even bring up news and upcoming things, react to things, and then questions and stuff. Only if he streams Farm Simulator. Oh, that's yeah. That'd be pretty cool, and we could kind of like, cause like Discord video chat has like a window like share, so the person that we're in the Discord video chat with, they can see the other person's screen. Like right now I have it set to Yodi can see the screen that has like the chat, the Streamlabs, and the OBS. We can just like watch YouTube's videos together and kind of react and have that posted on there. I think that would be kind of fun too.
Yeah, as long as they're not my clips, because my clips are all me failing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we should pull up a YoTeGG.
Oh, don't do the YoTeGG now.
What do you guys think? Do you guys want to see the YoTeGG? Should we pop this clip?
Oh no. Yes.
All right, let's find this YoTeGG.
It's got to be like number 1. Oh no, the edit one.
Editing.
Oh, yeah, it's number 2. Yeah. That's where it all began, stream. It's where it all began.
All right, we're gonna move this over here so everyone can kind of see it. Hold on. That is. Make this color correction on fast. There you guys go.
Oh, mega lol, dude. That's cringy. Got him. And can't finish. And I'm down. Somebody save me. And that's why I don't stream Fortnite anymore, chat.
Oh.
Can't play boom on that one. Oh, man.
No, yeah, that was.
Oh man, YoTeGG. YoTeGG was real. I forgot how bad it was.
Right.
That was rough.
6,000 DPI on that one, absolutely.
That was like watching Neo in the Matrix, dude.
Right, like he was just dodging all your bullets.
It was Neo, dude. Oh man, I'm never gonna live that one down.
Nah, that's. I'm surprised that's not your top clip, to be honest. Oh well.
Dude, the other one's pretty good though. That's probably why.
The editing one, yeah, the editing one was really, really, really funny.
Yeah, until the random edited me out.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I feel really honored to be the first guest. Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for all hanging out and chatting it up and watching. Really appreciate it. I was kind of a little bit skeptical on how this was gonna kind of work out and how it was gonna go. I've never done a podcast before. I just started doing listening to podcasts, so I kind of didn't have any wasn't expecting what it was gonna do. But we are going to take this and we are going to upload it to YouTube. So if you would like to listen to this, I will put it on my YouTube channel. I don't think I have a link down in my panels. I will definitely have to put one up.
I can add a command too.
But I do want to I'll get that going. Plus I want to see if I could find, was it like a website for hosting, so we can, if these start to kick off, we can put them up onto like iTunes and all that, SoundCloud and stuff like that. But in the meantime, but in the meantime, we could take the stream highlights and put it on YouTube, and that way if people want to watch it back, they're more than welcome to watch it back. But yeah,
let me grab this real quick.
Do you have the link up? Pull up my.
That's what I was gonna do. Just link it in chat.
Did a big rip. Forgot to hit start recording on OBS. So I'm gonna have to download the past broadcast, which I think you can. So there's there export, yeah.
How did we do this the other day?
I don't remember. We can mess with it later and all that. But I think I'm gonna end up continue streaming.
Nice,
I
man.
might
Might as well.
play some Fortnite or whatnot. I'm not sure. Nescook, you down to play some Fortnite? But real quick, once again, thank you, Yodi, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Enjoy your Fortnite games.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out in the chat. Appreciate all of you. Thank you, everybody, for those gifted subs. You guys are amazing. Once again, this video will be up on YouTube. I will see if I can download it because I do want to kind of go through and edit and kind of chop up a little bit and cut some things, you know, kind of make it feel, you know, sound, what's that? More smooth. More smooth. It's not bad. It's not a bad time. 55 minutes.
No, that's what we were shooting for. Pretty much was an hour. So
yeah, I kind of wanted to shoot for like 45 minutes to an hour about this.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the money spot right there.
Yeah, I think so too. It wasn't too bad.
It went by faster than I thought.
Kinda. I mean, for me, I was more looking at the live, the live timing, and I'm just like, oh, we kind of like went through a bunch of like questions already, and it was like such and such time. But
hey, everybody in chat's the real MVP, keeping it going as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was at first I was just like, okay, we could wait till like say around the end we could take some questions, but then I was just like, no, if someone else wants to ask a question, they're more than welcome to. I say soda as well. You guys say pop or soda? I say soda.
Soda. I think everybody says soda, but Nesquik. That's what is that? Down south thing? Pop? They say pop?
I thought it was more. Yeah, because I think East. Viking says pop.
I think you're right as well, and he's Texas.
Yeah, I want to say south and east.
Coast for sure. Yeah, East Coast. Yeah, like Jersey, like Muffin, but he wants to be a rebel. Soda pop. Hey, yeah. There you go.
McCoy's just like, I'm just gonna settle it. Just soda pop.
Down south, everything is Coke. There you go.
Right. All right.
Water.
We're gonna end it right here. I'm gonna switch scenes, go to intermission. Thank you, everybody. Also, we're gonna continue streaming. We're gonna be playing some Fortnite. Nesquik, are you down to play some Fortnite? Pop is like medieval and Midwest and Pennsylvania.
Medieval.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Coke. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Yodi, for hanging out and being on the first episode of Talking Nonsense.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you again, everybody, for hanging out and watching. Remember, you can catch this on YouTube. If you want to rewatch it, it'll be right over there. But we'll put a command. I'll put it down on my panel so you guys can be able to go over there and sub. I also put it in chat as well. But yeah, we're going to switch over. Thanks, guys.
Thanks again, chat. Have a good night.